Hello everyone and welcome to this video where I'm going to get a little philosophical and talk about why I do this, why I do all of it, why I build, why I post things, why I make these videos, pretty much just go in depth into explaining myself and pretty much what I'm doing here. While I don't necessarily participate in a lot of conversations happening on the official Discord server or anything like that, on occasion I do search up my own name along with Reddit posts just to see sort of where things are going, how people talk about me, think about me, and while I generally am pretty tough, thick-skinned, I guess, it is interesting to kind of know and understand what is going on and see if I'm helpful to people, what people think of the content I put out, my creations. I do interact with the community and post updates to a lot of my vehicles and do requests even. This comment was kind of funny to me actually. So it says, what are some good Stormworks YouTubers? While his tutorials are great, he's basically the next Mr. NJ. That makes me very happy. But then it's funny here, full support from the devs. He returns the favor of fully supporting them. Give it a few years and some drama will happen. I really hope not. I don't know what happened to Mr. NJ. That is my inspiration for starting Stormworks and even making my content. But I do support the developers, absolutely, and truthfully not paid by them, not anything by them other than just giving them kind of my respect, and they respect me back, which is quite nice. But I do speak the truth when the truth needs spoken, in a sense that if something is broken, I will make it known, I will make a video about it, and hope that things get solved, because I don't blindly support. I support where I definitely think that support should be had. And I did mention this in the past, but I do support these developers specifically for the effort they're putting out, for the constant updates and hotfixes. And maybe again, I'm a dinosaur from a generation where you bought a game, it comes on a DVD or a CD, and then you play it and you don't necessarily get any updates. That's my generation. And maybe I'm dating myself, but I think it's incredible that developers will constantly make updates and fixes. Well, fixes I understand, but updates, call it, for free, when they're not really making money off that. Now, maybe it does bring new players to the game. You know, they released the space update and maybe people into space now are kind of into it. And granted, sorry, that is a paid DLC. So let's not confuse DLC with updates. DLCs, yeah, you pay for them. Whereas updates, where you just get new features, that's really awesome. I mean, that's, to me, extracurricular things they're doing for free just to give us new functionality. So anyways, I'm a little old school, and I think that that type of support is awesome from them. And then I guess back to the existential question of why I am doing this. Well, simply put, I love the community. I love the support that I can bring to the game, and using my knowledge as an engineer. Many of you know I'm an engineer by trade, by profession, having finished actual engineering university. It's not a fake. I'm not claiming to be something I'm not. And it is nice to give to the world and to the community. And maybe that sounds too far-fetched or too self-centered, but really I do think that pretty much utilizing my skills and putting out this content, I'm in essence volunteering my time to give people creations and to give people things that they can use in this game. So I do love seeing the comments. I love the comments. I love the interaction from the community, people suggesting I do this and do that. And while I don't necessarily maybe do everything people want, because that's impossible and I ultimately have to look out for myself, I do want to put out things that people will use. So I have that in mind when I make certain creations and when I do certain things, that will it be popular and will people actually enjoy it. Now, yes, people ask for warships and things that I have no intention of producing just because that's not really my style. But if you look at something like this, which is call it rescue helicopter, but it belongs to a research company, OMA, faction, whatever you want to call it. So when I do stuff like that, and even do stuff like this, that really is just countless hours spent on developing a box, which funny and possibly sad, but it does bring to the game something that I thought was missing. So in the case of the box, I was really hoping that the update with the developers where they gave us the trucks and this, what do we call it? They gave us the update that had the transport trailers. Well, to me, I was really hoping to get small-sized containers, just like this, that we could utilize in a variety of different types of creations and equipment, because the trailers, while awesome, I found that they were a little, I wouldn't say limiting, but while incredible to get official trailers, let's call it, it is my intention to provide more than just that. And I think something like this that can go in a variety of different vehicles and different creations is really useful. So I do have an add-on in the works. I'm not going to go into any more detail than that, but I guess the add-on in the works specifically is intended to give users some new missions. So I'll keep that pretty vague, but again, why I do it for the love of the community, I do it for the love of the game, for the love of engineering, because here, as an engineer, I really do find it awesome to give love to the younger generation who wants to become engineers, and I can do it through kind of inspiring them with stuff like this. So I definitely think it's neat to talk about engineering, to put out engineering content. I'm super passionate about that, obviously, having chosen it as my career, and while I'm passionate about it, I think that it's neat to be able to give that to the community and potentially have the community also gain that knowledge and want to be, whether engineers or technicians or anything like that, even mechanics, it doesn't matter. But the point is, this game has everything that I ever looked for. And I'm not a gamer. I don't really sit and game for hours on end other than this game, which, for better or for worse, sad or not, whatever, I don't really turn on gaming consoles and start to just randomly play other than Stormworks. And then when I do, I think about videos, I think about content that's useful and creations that are going to inspire the community and impact the community and all that good stuff. So that's kind of basically what it is. Now, there's people who volunteer for sports teams and volunteer for schools or, homeless shelters or whatever, and this is my, in essence, volunteering. I'll volunteer my time to put out content, to put out creations, to entertain people, to give people something to play with and talk about and think about. And there's no better reward to me than that. So that is, in a nutshell, why I do this, why I decide to spend my time. And video content takes a lot of time. There's no question about it. Putting content out like this, making tutorials, making creations, countless amount of hours and time spent on all that. But it is worth it. And there's really no monetary reward unless you gain thousands and thousands of subscribers and watches and views and all that stuff. So it's not about the money. It's about the game, about the love for creating things, content, creating creations, talking about engineering, making a mature community that has that kind of backbone in this world, in the world of engineering, the world of whether mechanical, structural, electrical, programming, construction, mechanics, any of that. That's really what I love about it and why I really inspire or aspire to put creations and content out. So hopefully that wasn't too rambly, but really what it is just trying to explain why I do things, trying to kind of address, if that makes sense, the comments, and while there may be people who don't like me and don't like my videos and don't like my content and whatever, it is what it is. I don't really take offense to that, because ultimately everybody has the choice to what they want to watch or take part of, and maybe I'm too realistic and, you know, not really making things that are well, really, that's the thing. You can never please everybody. Some people will say my helicopters aren't realistic enough and they should be more like Chinook helicopters, for example, or the real life counterparts. And then there's people that are going to say, oh, you should make, you know, something that like, I can't even use my imagination right now, but just, you know, a space shuttle that also can go underwater and drive and whatever. Like, that's the beauty of the game. You have the ability to make whatever you want, and ultimately people will either use it or not, and that's a-okay, just like anything in real life. I mean, that's the nature of living in a modern society with choices. So anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully it wasn't too ranty or rambly or whatever, but I do love the community. I do love the developers when they give us content and things and when they give us updates that we could utilize. I find that incredible. And also just interacting with the community, seeing people telling me they want to be engineers or aspire to do certain things, and hopefully me just helping them along their path. Anyway, thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more content and creations and challenges and all kinds of fun stuff. Thank you to my Discord server boosters and my YouTube channel members. I really love the extra support and attention. And as always, happy Stormworksing, everyone. See you next time.